Ivy. Bishop. There she goes. Yay! When Ivy was born, it was very chaotic. Her birth was planned to be just a typical, regular third child, and we did not know she would have some complications. She has a genetic deletion to her 21st chromosome, so there is no name for that. It's just a list of basically symptoms, and we project of things that may come, but she is deafblind. She was born without her eyes. As soon as she was born, there was a cleft lip and palate that we were unaware of. So from there, the list just compounded.
You do like any child that you're trying to do the best you can to raise your child, but there's certainly not a playbook at all for any children. But when it is somebody that has some different abilities, it's a lot of discovery and it's a lot of mistakes, and it's just trial by fire, and you do the best you can, but there certainly is no right or wrong. It's just simply you learn by making a lot of mistakes.
I love you, Ivy. This is my favorite sister, Ivy.
Figuring out how to have them include their sister and see her as just a sister was probably one of our smallest challenges. They have always embraced her, and we really wanted to figure out a way for the boys to learn how that was part of their lives. And so when they were small, I used to tell them, you know, God gave us Ivy. He gave our family Ivy. It was our responsibility as a family to pull her in.
Ivy and I have a really close relationship. Obviously, it's a little different from your normal brother and sister maybe, but she has faced things that I know I probably never could, and really stuck through it, and just is tougher than you could ever imagine, but does it with a smile on her face the whole time, and brings so much joy to my family and I.
I love her because she plays with me, and she plays me because I love her.
Ivy's challenges are the rest of the world not being able to communicate with her as well as she communicates with us. And her ability to communicate is far outreaching than where we are. And she's breaking barriers that nobody had any clue would happen. And her communication is tripling what anybody thought would probably happen. The issue and challenge for Ivy is for the rest of us to catch up with where she is and how she can communicate with everybody. And I think that's one thing that most people miss. She understands everything going on, and she is trying to get you to communicate with her better. You just don't know how. And we're discovering more and more about how to make that easier. The thought that I can take my daughter to an after-school program and drop her off and not worry about who's going to take care of her, or she's going to be okay, and all the things that go along with Ivy, she's going to be fine. That's not something we've ever had till SP came to town.
When connecting with Ivy, it's incredible. I mean, it's a little intimidating at first because there are differences and she does have different needs and everything, but really deep down, I mean, she's a teenage girl and she just wants to make friends and be understood and have a good time. So she plays a little up-down game with her arms, and she loves for us to do that and loves to smile whenever we help do that with her and participate with her and get her to engage as much as possible and create transformative experiences for her.
Well, what ESP has done is they've normalized disabilities. Families who in the past were very restricted, ESP's kind of taken the restrictions away in a big way. So the things that ESP is doing for children is amazing, but what's more impressive is what it's doing for the volunteers. These teenagers have no clue what it's doing for them and how much better a person they're going to be. And they don't really know it, but they're just doing what their heart wants to do. And so that's helping my boys become great leaders, to kind of see other volunteers engaging with their sister. Those are the real leaders in the future.
Most people who don't have a child with a disability would probably not know is that our kids aren't invited to the birthday parties. We had planned a birthday party to invite her friends from school. And it was a brutal moment because only a couple showed up. So this past year, for Ivey's 16th birthday, which is a big milestone, I asked Sarah at ESP, I was like, could we do her birthday party here?
We came here to Rome First United Methodist Church and we had putt-putt. It was really awesome. It was Disney princess themed because Ivey loves princesses and she's a princess herself. And all her friends and family were here. Some ESP friends were here, which was awesome. It's just a place where people are silly and you celebrate really big things, you celebrate really small things, and it's just a beautiful place.
So for Ivey participating today and doing so great at soccer, let's give her a great big hip hip, hooray!
Having some of the moms come to me and say, this is our first birthday party. That's not family. That kind of in a nutshell explains, we're getting to do things with other families that we've just not been able to do. And it is good for your heart, but it also was good for the friends of ours who were there, who've supported us and Ivey her whole life, to get to see on a bigger scale children like Ivey and how much they need a birthday party.